Irvine finishes 45 seconds behind, so they, that's easy to work out, isn't it? And I think Ferrari will be quite shocked at that deficit, although Monza is a completely different style of racetrack with the next venue.
So Monza beckons after back-to-back double tops for the Silver Arrows. 32 points from Hungary and Belgium. David Coulthard joining the greats who've conquered Spa. Mika Häkkinen overtaking Eddie Irvine in the Drivers' Championship.
David, that first corner, what was your view on it?
Well, Mika made a sort of double start and wasn't very good off the line. I made a better start. And I think, I believe I was in front as I went into La Source because I couldn't actually see him. So I started to turn in and then I felt a little bit of contact, so I moved to give him room and went round very wide. So I fully expected a few cars to pass me on the inside, but no one did, so I was quite happy.
And a good strong race thereafter. You've got to be pretty pleased with that.
Yeah, I'm very happy. The car felt good. Did a good job to change the car from the warm-up where I wasn't quite so happy. Pit stops were faultless, so once again the team did a fantastic job.
Good victory for us. Very boring. A little boring for everybody else, but it was great for us. Very, very pleased for David. He deserved the win. It was a little bit tense at the first corner, but that's motor racing.
The McLarens today were unbeatable, and we were behind them with a safety margin. But we again scored some points. Third place for me is very nice today. I had a good race today, but unfortunately I lost my third place in the championship.
It's important for Eddie, as you can see, and for the team that they come out of the year third place in the constructors. Again, we've got a car ahead of a Williams, which is the nearest threat, and a car behind, so that kind of mitigates the damage that the Williams did, but it's always going forwards and getting better.
Difficult weekend with, a really amazing piece of damage limitation. Whenever McLaren are stronger than us, we got to make sure we score, and we did, and it was great that Häkkinen didn't win. We're still in there. I never, after yesterday and this morning, and the first few laps of the race, I thought, I'm going to be lucky to get points here. We got 3 and he only got 6. Perfect.
Well, Craig, what a weekend.
It's been an extremely hard weekend, very character building for the whole team, but the team has done an absolutely brilliant job. If you think that we've been running 5 cars during this weekend, they've spent all-nighters to make sure everything was okay. The factories worked superbly well, and we couldn't have done without it. It's actually turned into being a great little team.
It's been a difficult weekend for the team. Is the finish some consolation for them, do you think?
Well, I'm happy for them because they've worked really hard, so it's good to see the checker flag for the first time in the year. But 15th, finishing 15th or running 4th and not finishing, it's still the same end result, no points.
Just a point in it then between Häkkinen and Irvine with 4 to go, and David Coulthard running on very strongly in 3rd place. Don't discount him from the World Championship. Frentzen on 40 points, and Ralf Schumacher picked up a couple of points today. In the constructors, McLaren are stretching away. Ferrari have lost the lead. Jordan's 3rd, looking rock solid now, and Williams had a much better day. Right, let's have a word with Tony Jardine. A terrific day for David Coulthard. From the word go, he was going to win this race.
Came straight out of his corner, didn't he? Fighting, boxing away. A race he's always wanted to win. Supreme Grand Prix Drivers' Challenge. I've put Spa alongside Monte Carlo as one of the great races to win. And he's added his name to that illustrious list. So that's great for the Scotsman.
What is it about pole position here at Spa? No one's won from pole since Senna back in '91.
I think it's because they've swapped it around. One time it's on the inside as it was this time, another time it's on the outside, and clearly this time the grip was on the outside of the track. Although, as I said, this circuit is for the brave, and he who hesitates is definitely lost. And there seemed to be a bit of hesitation, apparently, from Häkkinen off the start.
For your magic moment this week, Tony, you've picked out the start.
David Coulthard was mighty. As I say, he came out fighting as well. Just look at this as the lights go out. Apparently Häkkinen has slightly hesitated there, but David Coulthard all the way down the outside. He gets good grip, but he stays with it. He's absolutely fearless there. The camera was just slightly off it, and we missed what happened because the two of them were neck and neck. But we look again, you see that Coulthard was nearly 3/4 of a length of the car ahead. He had the corner, and Häkkinen had to give that way there. But you can go on on the inside, you can go on the outside of La Source, because suddenly as you come at the exit, it all fans out and you put the boot in and get the power out of the V10 diving down there. Here's a view from third position, Heinz-Harald Frentzen, a great view, side by side, and there's a lock up there from David Coulthard, a touch there, and he moves clearly to the outside, and Heinz-Harald Frentzen nearly nips through into second place, but Hakkinen gets that power of the Mercedes engine down the hill much better.
Irvine and Coulthard now then in the hunt for the title.
Yeah, but that's the other great thing, you know, going to Monza, you've got two Brits in it as well as the Finn as well, and it's all opening up, so it could go down to the wire in Suzuka.
Bad start, but good overall performance from Hill here.
Hill dropped back very sadly at the start, lost quite a few places, but he's got a very valuable championship point. He's driven well all through qualifying, right through the race, put in a great performance for a man who's going to retire.
Just finally, Tony, you're in action this bank holiday Monday.
Yeah, I'm driving a Ginetta tomorrow at Donington Park, see if I can stay on the Blackstone.
I hope you learn a bit today. Tony Jardine, thank you very much indeed. Here's your complete Spa rundown. Coulthard, the dominant winner. Hakkinen second with the fastest lap. Frentzen third. It's the closest Grand Prix to his hometown Mönchengladbach. Irvine fourth. Delighted Hakkinen's only a point clear. Ralf Schumacher fifth for Williams. Damon Hill sixth. Shame about the start. Salo seventh. It could be his last drive for Ferrari. Zanardi's best yet. Eighth. Alesi winding down with Sauber ninth. Barrichello 10th. Fisichella 11th, disappointing for Benetton. The Prost, Trulli and Panis. Wurz in the second, Benetton. First finish of the season for Villeneuve after a hairy weekend for BAR. A lap adrift along with Genet. De La Rosa's transmission failed, Badoa's suspension went. Zonta's gearbox let him down. Herbert and Deniz both crashed out. And Takagi never got in the race because he had a dodgy clutch. Now let's get another view from James Allen. Strategy is everything around this Spa circuit, and the top four teams all adopted very different tactics.
Well, Jim, things have calmed down in the Spa paddock here, but I can tell you they haven't calmed down inside the Williams motorhome. Ralf Schumacher's still absolutely furious. He tried a one-stopper. He would have got fourth place, but he was held up by Salo. He'll calm down eventually, though. Inside this motorhome here, you've got the Jordan team, just proving that strategy doesn't just take place on a Sunday. It's all weekend. You need to qualify well and then consolidate on that position. And now they look good for third in the Constructors. Inside the Ferrari motorhome, I fancy a little head scratching is going on. The car simply wasn't fast enough all weekend. The pit work was fine. The strategy was clever, but they've got a lot of work to do if they're going to win this World Championship. And down there, McLaren Mercedes, how often have we seen them lose races by the two drivers clashing with each other in the first corner? They got away with it today. They got a 1-2 finish, and now we've got Coulthard in the mix as well. Fine pit work, great strategy, beautiful day for the McLaren team.
Thanks, James. Next, we go to Monza. Qualifying live, 11:30 on the Saturday. In a couple of weeks' time, the race. All the build-up from 12:15. And highlights round about the same time, just before midnight. So the initiative is with McLaren. But at Monza, backed by those Tifosi fans, with Michael Schumacher set to return, Ferrari are poised to strike back. Good night.